You're watching Adorama TV.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Adorama TV. I'm Mark Wallace. Well, this week we're going to look at something that I think is really cool. It's the Contour HD wearable camcorder. Now this camcorder is built for people that like to shoot action and sports photography. It's a full high definition 1080p camera, and so it's really amazing. Now the cool thing is this thing is meant to be mounted to either a windshield or on a bicycle helmet, or you can just carry it around. There's all kinds of different mounting options that I'm going to show you in a second. But first, let's look at the camera itself because it is so amazingly simple. I love it. And in fact, not only is it simple, but it's really inexpensive. This is less than $300 for this camera, which is just amazing. Well, first let's talk about the lens. This is a very wide angle lens. It's got a 135-degree field of view, which is really, really wide. And so the neat thing is about this, there's all kinds of different mounting options for this. And so if I show you right on the top here, you can see that there are these two white marks. Now what that means is that this, when I'm holding it this way, the camera is actually vertical and everything is going to look good. But it also means I can turn this, and so the camera inside the enclosure twists, so I can mount this horizontally this way, I can turn it and I can mount it horizontally this way. So a lot of different options on mounting the camera. Now, let me talk to you about how to use this camera because it only has two switches. It actually has a button and a switch, which is really nice. So on the back here, there is a button and you push that and it actually turns on the camera. So I'll do that. And to give you some kind of indication that this is on, the top little light shows you if the battery is charged or not, and that gave me a green light saying it's charged. And then the bottom light shows the capacity of the memory card, and this ships with a micro SD 2GB memory card, so that comes in the box with the camera. And so just getting it right out of the box, it's ready to shoot. And that will hold about a half an hour worth of high-def video at 1080p, which is really, really nice. So that's how you turn on the camera. Now to make the camera actually record something, on the top here is a big switch, and you just push it forward, it beeps, and now we're recording, and you can actually see it says record. And that's all there is to it. And to turn it off, you just slide that back. So that's really nice if you're wearing gloves or something, you're on a bicycle, you want to record, you just slide that forward. Now there are some other options with this camera. You can actually, before you turn it on, you can slide that forward. And when you turn it on, the beeps don't happen, so it's called silent mode. But that's pretty much all there is to it. There is one other thing that I really love about this, and that is there are built-in lasers to help you target this to make sure that you're framing it right. Now to do that, you just push this and hold after you've turned it on, and then we'll see if you can see right here on the table, there are two little laser beams here, and they're coming right from the top of this. And so as I turn this, you can see that those turn as well. And so you can point this at whatever you're going to be filming. And then if you're mounting this at an angle or you need to make sure it's the right side up, it will do that. Then after a few seconds, those lasers turn off. And so you actually have a targeting mechanism to make sure that you get a really nice video as well. So that's how the camera works. When you're done filming, to get everything into your computer, what's really nice is you just slide this back off, and this is weather resistant. It's not waterproof, but it is weather resistant, so it'll take a light mist or some splashes here and there. That slides down, and then there is a USB port, and this actually ships with a USB cable. So you plug that right into your computer, and those videos are ready to play right out of the camera. They are filmed in QuickTime format, and so you can bring those out. And this also ships with some video editing software. So if you don't have any software to edit videos, don't worry, it actually comes with the camera itself. And remember, this is all for less than $300, which is pretty amazing. And this is also, it has a little micro SD card, which is right in here. It's a really, really small card. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's the card. It's about the size of a fingernail. And so you can get different sizes of cards if you want longer recording times. And then the battery for this locks into place, and it's a rechargeable battery, and that's it right there. And this also comes in the box, so you don't have to buy a battery separate. It just slips right in there. And then there's this little mechanism here to lock it in. That's what this little red swingy thing is. And that's all there is there. There is a switch here. It says high and low, and that's for high definition and standard definition. So you can actually lower the resolution of your camera. Actually, it's all high resolution. It's 1080p or 720p. So you can go down to 720p, which is still high def. And then you can store a little bit more on the card. So that's how the camera works. It's really, really simple. And with the software, you can actually change the frame rates. If you really want to get some technical details on that, you can do that. So that's really nice as well. So a really, really nice camera for only a switch and a button. So all kinds of things. Now let's talk about how this mounts. So in the box there is this little mounting device, and what this allows you to do is on the back there is some sticky, really adhesive sticky stuff, so I don't want to pull that off and get this stuck to my hand. But that's for mounting that to maybe a helmet or something if you want to really mount that to something permanently, so it's not going to come off. Then there are these rails, and these rails are really what the secret are to this camera, because they just slide onto all these different mounting options. So once you have this mounted to something you want that permanently mounted, then you can just slide this on there. And then this also will pop off so you can change the level and make sure that's right. I'm not going to do that because it's a little bit sticky and I want to make sure I keep it nice and fresh. So that's that mounting option, and that's what comes in the box, that and this USB cable. And by the way, this USB cable is also what's used to charge this. Now if you want to mount this to a bicycle helmet, well, there is a bicycle helmet attachment, so that goes through the vents of your bicycle helmet. This is about 20 bucks, and then this actually, just like before, will slide right onto that. And once it slides on there, you actually have this ability to tilt this in different directions, so you can really make sure that's mounted correctly. And because this twists, that's how it would mount onto your bicycle helmet. And again, that's about 20 bucks for that. Now, if you're in a car or on a motorcycle or something, you really want to lock something down, well, there is this windshield mount. It's a suction cup. This is about 34 bucks. And so any smooth surface, all you do is you press this button. That takes the air out. Then you press this, it pull that up, and that is really mounted on there tight. And so that's not going to come off. And so then this guy just slides right into that. And then there are two screws that hold that on. And then you have some adjustments, so you can adjust this around, and then there's a ball head, so you can really make sure that you get that exactly the way that you want it. And that is the Contour HD camera. It's very, very amazing for under $300. And for the attachments, they're about 20, 25 bucks each as well. Well, thank you so much for joining me on Adorama TV. Remember, if you have a product that you'd like me to review, just send your suggestions to AskMark@Adorama.com. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again next week.
This episode is brought to you by Adorama TV. Visit the Adorama Learning Center, where you'll find photography tips and techniques, links to the gear used in this episode, and related videos. For all the latest photography, video, and computer gear, visit Adorama.com. And the next time you're in New York City, visit our store, located on 18th Street between 5th and 6th Avenue.